Good morning, students. I am Dr. Loni Lukwani, Associate Professor, Department of Chemistry, Government College, Kota. In continuation of lectures on IR spectroscopy, topic of today's lecture is applications of infrared spectroscopy, which comes under the syllabus of MSc Semester 3rd, General Paper 2nd. Now, applications of IR spectroscopy. So first is identification of organic compounds. The identity of an organic compound can be established from its fingerprint region, that is 1400 to 900 centimeter inverse. The identity of an organic compound is confirmed if its fingerprint region exactly matches with the known spectrum of that compound. तो हम फिंगरप्रिंट रीजन जो कि एक स्पेसिफिक रीजन होता है उसको देख के और कंपाउंड को आइडेंटिफाई कर सकते हैं, कंपाउंड को पहचान सकते हैं, क्योंकि अगर फंक्शनल ग्रुप सिमिलर हैं, समान हैं, तो ऐसे कंपाउंड्स के जो एब्जॉर्प्शन बैंड्स है वो उनकी फ्रीक्वेंसी भी करीब एक जैसी आएगी लगभग, परंतु उनके अगर हम फिंगरप्रिंट रीजन को देखें तो उसमें काफ़ी डिफरेंस होता है। तो इसलिए ये जो फिंगरप्रिंट रीजन है उसको देखकर हम किन्हीं भी दो कंपाउंड्स में जिनमें कि फंक्शनल ग्रुप सिमिलर है उसको हम डिफरेंस करके और उनको कंफर्म कर सकते हैं। तो इस तरह से हम ये आइडेंटिफाई कर सकते हैं कि वो किस तरह का कंपाउंड है। सेकेंड इज स्ट्रक्चर डिटर्मिनेशन। आप जानते हैं कि IR स्पेक्ट्रोस्कोपी से मेन स्ट्रक्चर डिटर्मिनेशन ही होता है। सो दिस टेक्निक हेल्प्स टू एस्टेब्लिश द स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ एन अननोन कंपाउंड, जो कि रिसर्च में और बहुत सारी इंडस्ट्रियल फील्ड में भी बहुत ज़्यादा एप्लीकेबल है। सो ऑल मेजर फंक्शनल ग्रुप्स एब्जॉर्ब्स at their characteristics wave numbers. The shift due to environmental effects may also be looked into. From the data available due to absorption frequencies, the probable structure can be predicted. हम उसको IR स्पेक्ट्रा देख के हम बता सकते हैं कि ये कंपाउंड कौन सा हो सकता है, इसमें किस तरह के फंक्शनल ग्रुप्स प्रेजेंट है। जैसे हम एग्जांपल देंगे तो हम पता चल जाएगा। If we see the spectra of amino acid, it exhibit bands for ionized carboxylic acids and amine salt like NH3 plus. No band for free NH2 and COOH group. So clearly, we can say that amino acids exist as jitter ions like NH3, CH, COO. तो इस तरह से हम स्ट्रक्चर पता कर सकते हैं कि कंपाउंड में किस तरह के ग्रुप्स प्रेजेंट है। सिमिलरली फ्रॉम द IR बैंड्स of sulfonylic acid, it is said that the compound contain NH3 plus and SO3 and not free groups as NH2 and SO3H. So we can determine the structure in this way from the IR spectra of the compound. Third is qualitative analysis of functional group. The presence or the absence of absorption bands help in predicting the presence of certain functional groups in the compound. Presence of oxygen reveals that the group may be OH, COO, COOR, COOH and anhydride, etc. But an absorption band between 3600 to 3200 centimeter inverse limits the possibilities. The band in this region may be due to OH first. This region also speaks of absorption in case of NH2 and NH means amino and imino groups. In case of NH2, two absorption bands appear in the above region and NH group gave only one band. So we can distinguish both in this way. And its distinction from OH structure can be made from the extent of hydrogen bonding, which is stronger in OH compounds and causes more lowering in the wave number. Next application is distinction between two types of hydrogen bonding. Two types of hydrogen bonding means intermolecular and intramolecular hydrogen bonding. This technique is quite valuable to distinguish between the types of hydrogen bonding. It is known that the hydrogen bonding, the electron cloud transfers from a hydrogen atom to the neighboring electropositive atom. So, when the proton donor group and the axis of lone pair orbital are collinear and varies inversely to the distance between X and Y, where X is hydrogen or hydrogen containing group and Y is oxygen, nitrogen or halogen atom. So the molecules of the substance which contain active hydrogen grouping, say like OH, COOH, etc., undergo self-association. For example, hydroxy compounds in the solid or liquid exist as polymeric aggregates. The absorption in aggregate form occurs at lower frequencies and bands formed are relatively broad. But when such a substance is dissolved in non-polar solvents such as CCl4, the aggregates or polymers break in dimers and monomers. Due to this, the OH stretching absorption shifts to higher frequencies and the peaks become sharp. Further, this technique helps in distinguish between intramolecular and intermolecular hydrogen bonding in this way. For example, orthonitrophenol exhibit intramolecular hydrogen bonding, whereas paranitrophenol exhibits intermolecular hydrogen bonding. So, intramolecular hydrogen bonded compound does not show any shift in absorption or on dilution, whereas intermolecular hydrogen bonding does. So, we can distinguish between these two types of hydrogen bonding. Next is use of IR spectroscopy in quantitative analysis. In organic mixtures, like the estimation of components of a mixture can be done by measuring the intensities of absorption bands and knowing the optical density of the absorption band for a pure compound. It is known that commercial xylene exists as mixture of three isomers, ortho, meta and para. So the separation of this can be easily done, and however the percentage composition of the mixture can be determined by taking the IR spectrum of the mixture. Bands are formed at 740 cm inverse for orthoisomer, 880 cm inverse for meta isomer and 830 cm inverse for the para isomers. And from the optical density values for commercial xylene, the percentage composition of each isomer can be calculated from the working curves. So, it is used in the quantitative analysis also. Next is study of a chemical reaction. This technique is quite useful for studying chemical reactions. Like this example, butane 2-on on reduction gives butane 2-ol. Ketonic group changes to alcoholic group. When it is subjected to reduction like ketonic from alcoholic group, it forms butane 2-ol, which absorbs as 3300 centimeter inverse due to OH stretching vibrations. And ketone form a strong band at about 1710 centimeter inverse. So the progress of reaction can be studied from time to time, and the reduction will be complete when a strong band due to CO stretching will be missing and only a band due to OH stretching is present. So IR spectroscopy is also used to predict the product formed in a photochemical reactions. तो इस तरह से हम देख सकते हैं कि आयर स्पेक्ट्रा को देखकर हम बता सकते हैं कि उसमें किस तरह का ग्रुप है, तो रिएक्शन कहाँ हो रही है, किस तरह से हो रही है। जैसे कि कीटो ग्रुप जो है अल्कोहलिक में चेंज हो रहा है, तो उनके शार्प पीक्स जो है OH ग्रुप के प्राप्त होंगे, तब पता चल जाएगा कि अब ये ब्यूटेन टू ऑल का फॉर्मेशन हो चुका है। तो हम इस तरह से केमिकल रिएक्शन को भी आईआर स्पेक्ट्रा को देख के स्टडी कर सकते हैं। Next is application used in the study of ketoenol tautomerism. Diketones and ketoesters exhibit ketoenol tautomerism provided that they have alpha hydrogen atom in them. So IR spectrum of such a compound contain bands due to C double bond O, OH and C double bond C. Like example, ethyl acetoacetic ester, it exists in ketoenol isomerism, and this shows these types of vibrations. Next is study of complex molecules. Technique is also useful to establish the structure of complex molecules. For example, these two following structures of penicillin were proposed first and second on the basis of IR spectrum studies. And this is beta-lactam structure and this is oxazolone structure. So IR spectra of oxazolone of the type shown, this two bands, one at 1825 centimeter inverse due to C double bond O stretching vibrations, and other is C double bond N, this one, and C double bond O, this one, in penicillium. Thus the oxazolone structure for penicillin is ruled out. It is known that beta-lactam, this one, do not absorb near 1770 centimeter inverse, whereas beta-lactam fused to thiazolidine ring exhibit a band at 1770 centimeter inverse. Since penicillin gives a strong band at 1770 centimeter inverse, so we can say the beta-lactam structure of penicillin is confirmed, this one. तो इस तरह से हम जो है कॉम्प्लेक्स मॉलिक्यूल की स्टडी भी आईआर से कर सकते हैं. नेक्स्ट एप्लीकेशन is in conformational analysis. Conformations of cyclic compounds like cyclohexane exist in, you all know, in boat form and in chair form. Their relative stability is determined. This is chair form and this is boat form shown in this figure. As per the selection rules, there are 18 IR active carbon-carbon stretching and CH2 rocking and twisting vibrations possible for boat form second, this one. On the other hand, there are only 5 for the chair form, this one, first one chair form. The spectral examination of cyclohexane in the region 1350 to 700 centimeter inverse reveals 5 bands are expected for chair form. This shows a greater stability of chair conformation over boat conformation. And axial and equatorial substituents in cyclohexane can also be distinguished. It has been found that equatorial substituent usually absorbs at higher frequency than does the same substituent at the axial position. So the higher absorption frequency of CX bond in the equatorial position is due to less steric interaction of CX bond with adjacent hydrogen atoms. Next application rotational isomerism. So IR spectroscopy also helps in the detection of gauge, skew and staggered conformations. The two conformations of 1,2-dichloroethane can be shown here. This is skew or gauge conformation, and this is a staggered or trans conformation. And frequencies are 1235, 2 bends at 1235 centimeter inverse CH2 rocking and 1291 centimeter inverse CH2 rocking in transform appears in the spectrum of 1,2-dichloroethane. The staggered transform predominates at lower temperature, whereas gauge form dominates at higher temperature. So the relative intensities of bends depend upon temperature. The rocking vibration band at 1291 centimeter inverse becomes less intense as the temperature is raised. From the relative intensities of the bands, their relative abundance at the particular temperature can be estimated. In this way, it is useful in the rotational isomerism. And next is detection of impurity in a compound. अगर कंपाउंड प्योर नहीं है तो हम उसको प्योर कंपाउंड से कंपेयर करके इम्प्योरिटीज के बारे में भी पता लगा सकते हैं. सो द IR स्पेक्ट्रो इज आल्सो यूजफुल इन द detection of impurity in a compound by comparing its spectrum with the authentic sample of the compound. A pure sample always consists of sharp peaks and bends, while unpure sample will consist of pure bands and also some additional bands. तो impurities अगर होंगी तो sharp peaks नहीं आएंगी और additional bands भी बहुत सारे आ जाएंगे. तो इस तरह से हम कंपाउंड में इम्प्योरिटी क्या अशुद्धि है उसके बारे में भी पता लगा सकते हैं. तो IR स्पेक्ट्रोस्कोपी जो है इस तरह से बहुत ज़्यादा यूजफुल है. सो this is the all about the applications of IR spectroscopy. And today the chapter IR स्पेक्ट्रोस्कोपी जो है आपका ये चैप्टर ये कंप्लीट हो गया. थैंक यू.